He's back, ladies and gentlemen, the casual reviewer. Welcome back, Joel.
Yes, I am back.
He is back for our Raw review for August the 12th of 2013, the go-home show to SummerSlam. By the way, this is your boy, Alyx, man. Please follow me on Twitter, check out my second channel for tributes and matchups, and subscribe if this is the first time you're watching me. This will be the, was it the third time?
Technically it's the third time,
yeah.
But the second, because it's like I did one and then
you did another one.
Well, because I did 4, but that one didn't. There was some technical difficulty with that one. So yeah, this will be my third time returning, even though there was a lot of people that don't want me here.
Dude, it's alright. Everybody knows that here on YouTube, everybody's opinion is their opinion. And I think we can all agree that this episode of Raw killed that Raw we thought, what everybody thought was the best Raw of 2013, or one of the best Raws ever. I'm sorry, if that was one of the best Raws ever, this was the greatest Raw of all time. Seriously, I'm just saying, because this was a really, really good episode of Raw leading into SummerSlam. Are you excited for SummerSlam after this Raw?
Well, the WWE has my attention.
Well, casual viewer, folks, this is good. Alright, we kick things off with Daniel Bryan versus Wade Barrett with Brad Maddox, GM Brad Maddox. And the match pretty much ends with Wade Barrett pinning Daniel Bryan and then Brad Maddox giving him a fast count and then walking away. You were talking about how, what was the point of this? What was the point of all of that?
No, I didn't. Okay. The only point I saw, and we're going to get to this later, is the only point I saw with this match is to prove that the referee was cheating the players. That's about all. Yeah. And you're going to find out why when we get to later on in the review. But other than that, I don't understand what the point of it was, because okay, he lost, and I'm thinking that means he can't fight in the championship match.
Welcome to pro wrestling, bro, in 2013. It doesn't work that way. A loss sometimes just means you lost, and a win sometimes just means you won. It's kind of sad that here in pro wrestling nowadays, this is not how it used to be, and they can testify to that. Wins and losses don't matter as much as they used to. You can lose matches for 2 months straight and then get a world championship shot at the pay-per-view. Am I right? I mean, tell me. You know what I'm saying?
I guess. It's just like, okay, not to get off topic.
Right.
But, like, the only ones that make sense is, like, that Money in the Bank thing. Because that, I mean, I get it. That's the wild card match. That's the one where, hey, you get a free pass to challenge the guy, you know, the champion at any time.
Yeah.
I get that. That's cool. The whole thing where it's like, but he lost, though. So that means he doesn't get to fight the champ, right?
Or he suffers some kind of consequence from losing, right?
Yeah.
No, he just lost.
What are your thoughts on it, Alex?
I didn't have any thoughts. It was just there. Seriously. But the next match here, like he was talking about, Mr. Money in the Bank. Damien and Sandow took on the other Mr. Money in the Bank, Randy Orton. And the match was a match. You was talking about the commentators, though, because while watching this match, you had no idea what was going on in these storylines. And I had to inform you of that because the commentary sucks. Seriously, though.
Well, because it's just, okay, look, I know what Money in the Bank is simply because the promo in the beginning.
Yeah.
And they explained that, oh, well, he got on the ladder, got the thing, and now he can challenge whoever he wants.
Yeah.
That's cool. Why are the 2 Money in the Bank people fighting each other?
Because they are. Again, it's just how it is, bro. You just gotta go with it.
Fine. Moving on. Then it's like the commentators were going so out of their way. It's funny how, for me, as a casual viewer, they over-explain stuff that's simple to understand, but the stuff I have no idea about, I never hear it.
Right.
They just go on and on about, oh, he's got a briefcase. He's got it handcuffed to his wrist, and he's gonna handcuff it to the ring. Yeah. And then, oh, he's going to make sure that no one can take it, right? Because he took it from you, right? And I'm like...
And then they start talking about some random stuff like Cody and his mustache and then Cody and his relationship with Damien and Sandow, which I get is supposed to hype you up for the match, but there's a match happening inside the ring. Talk about the match, folks. You can do both at the same time. But when you're just doing one and ignoring the match inside the ring, we can't do both. We can't just focus on this and then watch the match at the same time. It's distracting. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, like I said, but a positive is that they at least explain, because it was the two announcers and then this other guy that lost the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, because Cody Rhodes, the guy on the commentary, threw his other Money in the Bank into the Gulf of Mexico.
Right.
And he couldn't cash it in at the time. And then when he got back, Cody Rhodes was always there to stop him from cashing in. Like this past SmackDown, he tried to cash it in on the World Heavyweight Champion, but Cody Rhodes was there to stop him, and so he's a thorn in his side, and that's the storyline going for SummerSlam.
And see, the commentators at least explain that a little bit.
But not enough to where, yeah.
But not enough for me to be like, so how's that unfair?
Yeah. Because I told you about how this came about, right? Because at Money in the Bank, Cody Rhodes and Damien Sandow had this pact to where either one of us could win, and we'd be cool with it. Cody Rhodes was going to get the briefcase, and Damien Sandow snuck up behind him and tricked him, knocked him off the ladder, and got the briefcase behind his neck.
Now, forgive me.
Yeah.
If I wasn't paying attention to the episode and they said all that, I apologize.
Right, and they didn't because I was watching it. But
because all that you just said, they should have been telling that to me.
Well, they didn't. You want to know why? Because the commentators suck. And guys, I respect JBL and I respect Jerry the King Lawler. Michael Cole can go to hell. But
what did he do to you?
He sucks. He sucks. He's the worst one on the show. For real, he is the worst commentator on the show.
Okay.
Well, you have to listen to him more often, so it's nothing personal. He just sucks at his job. But see, that's why I'm here to make sure you're invested, man. And that's why they watch me, because some of them miss out as well. But what happens is Randy Orton beats Damien Sandow because Cody Rhodes distracted him, and there we go. That's what it is. Next up here is a vignette between Brock Lesnar and CM Punk about him talking about how he's bigger than CM Punk, he's faster than CM Punk, and he's not just the beast, he's the best. You know, about him having issues with him and stuff like that. And the whole story going on here is that, you know, there's this underdog story going on, how CM Punk is smaller and Brock Lesnar is not only bigger, but he's faster and he's more enduring and he's just a beast. And then CM Punk has yet to get anything over Brock Lesnar. For the last 2 months, Brock Lesnar has kicked CM Punk's ass from day one, since he came in. And CM Punk finally, on this day, got his comeback against him. But CM Punk can't beat Brock Lesnar, and he's going up against impossible odds. Now, what are your thoughts about this whole storyline going here?
Me, I just appreciated that there was a promo where Brock Lesnar, or his, you know, the persona, whatever you want to call it, actually explained not only why they're fighting, but why he
doesn't like
CM Punk, and why he thinks he's gonna win.
Yeah.
And he brings up some valid points, like, well, I get that he has the belt, but, and you know, that's great, but that doesn't necessarily make you the best. You are the champ.
Yeah.
There's no mistaking that. And if you want to go literal with it, yes, you are the best because you have the belt. But that doesn't mean you can't lose.
Right.
So, and he was bringing up all that other stuff. It's like, well, they say it's the best versus the beast. No.
Oh, you don't think CM Punk is the best?
No, I mean, that's what he said. He was like,
okay.
It is not the best versus the beast.
Okay.
It is the best versus CM Punk. And I was like, all right then. I am looking forward to it.
So you're interested for the match?
Well, because I am interested to be like, okay, this Sunday is like, wonder what will happen.
Yeah.
And then, but, you know, I will admit that, and this is later on in the review, there was some other stuff they did to promote it that I'm like, okay, you guys are knocking it down.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Why is this happening? But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that in a second, guys. The Great Khali and Natalya took on AJ Lee and Biggie Langston.
Oh, you mean the mixed match with the two girls and the two guys?
Yeah, he had the little leprechaun with him.
Whatever.
I can do an entire video on that, but let's talk about this. I don't know what the hell happened the first time, because it was like, okay, she had her in the sharpshooter, and then she tapped out. And I saw it happen, so I'm like...
And the ref didn't see it.
But the ref didn't see it, or he saw it, and he was just like, okay, is that it? And then Natalya was like, raise my hand, and he's like, well, I didn't see it. She's like, put him in again. And she's like, okay, I'll put her back into it. And then she put her into it again, and then she tapped out that time. It was so screwy. It was just like...
Well, because that right there makes me wonder if that was some technical difficulty stuff.
Yeah.
Or that was planned. Because if it was planned...
It was not planned. Okay, that was actually technical difficulty.
Well, no, but see, that's what I mean. It's like, if it was planned, what sense does it make to have her tap out twice? And then if it was technical difficulties, who was the ref?
He's gonna get fired tomorrow. I don't know what's gonna happen there.
And then I didn't really care that much for this match because I remember these two girls before, and I'm like, are these the only divas in this entire thing that are fighting?
Well, actually, the rest of the divas are on Total Divas, pretty much. That's what they're doing. I told you about the Total Divas show.
No, right? I mean, I know they're on that reality show, but it's like last time I checked, they were wrestlers too, right? Yeah. So I thought they were doing this show and the reality show at the same time.
Nope, they're just doing the reality show right now.
But what's the point of having a diva reality show if it's just if they're not doing the thing that they're known for?
So what you're saying is, what's the point of actually getting people invested into those girls on that show if those girls are not going to do anything on this show? How is that going to benefit this show when they're not on this show? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm wondering. Yeah. Otherwise, the whole thing is just to make a spin-off series dedicated to the divas, and you don't necessarily even have to have wrestled. You just have to show up on a WWE show, call yourself a diva, and then you get apparently a reality show contract.
I wonder that very same thing. Okay. But that's what we got, guys. Moving on here, it's the Vince McMahon and Brad Maddox segment. Brad Maddox came out, and he was going to be named the special guest referee of John Cena versus Daniel Bryan. I was like, oh, no. And then Triple H came out, and I was like, oh, thank God. And then Triple H decides to make himself the special guest referee of Daniel Bryan and John Cena. And I was like,
sadly.
Initially. And then I just thought about it. And I'm like, you know what? As long as the focus is Daniel Bryan versus John Cena and not Triple H, if he's there to enhance the focus, okay. But if he's going to be there to steal the focus and it turns into Triple H versus Vince McMahon, and it's just like it did in 2011 with him and Kevin Nash against CM Punk and John Cena, oh God, I don't want that. We don't need that again, right, folks? Okay? The focus needs to stay Daniel Bryan and John Cena. If that's the case, I'm fine with it.
So you're afraid that Triple H is going to overshadow the whole match.
Exactly.
I see.
And he's done it before.
Well, I will be honest, like, I actually like that whole segment simply because it made the first match make a little sense.
Yes.
It made sense. It's like, okay, he's a cheater, and then it's like, oh, so we're going to have him be ref again. And it's like, really? Really? You just saw him screw up. I was like, okay, what are they going to do? And then, sure enough, Triple H comes, and then I was like, all right, he's going to come and say no. But not only that, but he said no, and I'm going to do it. And me, I'm like, all right, okay, cool. You do that. My only problem...
Oh, you have a problem.
My only problem is that, again, what was the point of using the first match to show that the ref is a cheater if him losing didn't matter?
Yeah, so what you're trying to say is you understood the purpose of it and it served that purpose correctly, but at the end of the day, did Daniel Bryan have to lose to set that up?
Yeah,
much?
I mean, there's so many. There was even another match in this episode where they could have used it and it would have been fine. Actually, in the next match, matter of fact, with Kane versus
Titus O'Neil.
That
was random. Didn't lead to anything, but Kane took on Titus O'Neil and beat him, and then the Wyatt family came out. And then tried to attack him, but Kane ran away using his teleporting powers. He can teleport. Oh, God. And then used his power. But no, because, he was in the ring, and then the lights went out, and then they came back on. He's on the stage now.
No, I mean, that's fine. It's just, it's just, like, don't get me wrong. The Wyatt family, that's what they're called?
They're awesome, aren't they?
I will admit, they are creepy. They got my attention. And it's like, why is it that the Hills Have Eyes are wrestling?
It's awesome, isn't it, though, right?
And, it's like, okay, that's great. On the other hand, though, it's almost like, for what I feel like, it's like the WWE's giving the audience a snack because they want that
They want steak,
They want that Inferno thing. Because when you told me about that, it's a fire match where they literally cannot escape or they'll get burned. I'm like,
And what I actually told you was, back in the day, how to win the match was to actually set your opponent on fire.
Yeah.
Now, since it's PG, we can't do that. They announced that the Ring of Fire is just there to keep people out. They had to pin him or make him submit to win the match. Which kind of made me go, aww. No offense, I was just like, these two characters are the two perfect characters to have this match in. And that result of setting your opponent on fire would make sense for these two characters. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So when they told me that it's not going to happen that way, I was kind of disappointed, but at the same time I was like, I understand. It's PG, and we can't have that when the kids are watching.
No, I mean, I get it because, I mean that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
But it's like, I get it. Once you become that kind of popular that little kids start watching, you have to be responsible for that. I mean, I'm not saying, because like I said before, if you're going to make your show and it's going to be all this and kids are still watching, hey, you know what? I get it. On the one hand, it's parents' responsibility to monitor what their kids watch. But on the other hand, you know, when it comes to people that you're making, it's like, look, kids are watching you, so you can't act like you're doing nothing.
Right.
You can't act like that nothing you do is not the cause over here. You know, it's just like that whole thing a long time ago, where like so many kids were killing each other because they were doing wrestling moves. You know, I get it. On the one hand, those kids shouldn't have done that.
Right.
I mean, there's nothing in the show that makes them think, you know what, they can do it, I can do it too.
No.
And there's nothing about that. But then on the other hand, when you make something when you make it entertaining, it makes people want to do it too. That's why they came up with all those, you know, advisories on they are trained athletes.
But that's the cost of being an entertainer, period. Alright, there's a movie out there that probably is giving a bad influence on kids. Yeah. Do you see the movie going, oh, we shouldn't have done that? No, that's why we have R ratings.
No, I mean, I get that. Yeah. And like I said, on both sides of the issue, I mean, pretty much it's everybody and nobody's fault. Right. Because the movie is not responsible for what your kid thinks should be done. But on the other hand, though, if the kid watched it and thinks to himself he's going to do it...
Oh, that's cool. I want to do that, yeah.
Then that's a bit of a problem. Granted, the kid has to be monitored, and granted, the film or movie, television can do whatever they want. Right. But there's that whole thing with me, it's like, you know what? The kids can watch whatever they want, the people can make whatever they want, but don't act like some of this stuff doesn't influence the other.
Gotcha. It was announced that Natalya and Brie Bella, who are on the Total Diva show, is having a match at SummerSlam. And that was that. I think it's funny that this match got on SummerSlam, but the United States Championship match, one of their titles, is on the pre-show. What are your thoughts on that?
Honestly, I don't know what to think. Because me, it's like, I'm a bit shocked that it happened.
You're shocked?
Well, because, okay, if you want to know the truth, it's on the one hand I'm surprised, on the other hand I'm not. Because on the one hand I'm surprised because why would you do that? But on the other hand I'm not surprised because I'm pretty sure that this Diva match is the only female match in the SummerSlam.
Yeah, kind of, because the mixed tag match has Kayla and AJ in it, but like the actual Diva match, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, so they have to have a Diva match.
And I'm not saying it doesn't make sense. I'm just saying that...
Why this?
Why is the U.S. Championship on the pre-show over this match? And I'm not saying that Natalya and Brie Bella can't have a match, because actually I've been talking about on my reviews that we need to see more of these divas on the Total Diva show having matches on WWE TV. Right. I just think this match over the United States Championship match, by principle alone, is...
By principle.
It's like, championship match on the pre-show, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
So, I'm not hating on Natalya and Brie Bella's match at all. I'm just thinking, I wouldn't have traded this match over the United States Championship. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
True. Kofi Kingston took on Alberto Del Rio, World Championship. He lost, but what are your thoughts on Alberto Del Rio attacking his personal announcer?
Okay. But why?
He's been losing, apparently.
Oh, yeah, and... Well, no, it's just me. It's like, oh, okay. We already made him into a villain. Mm-hmm. So to cement that he's the bad guy, we're going to have him attack the announcer. Since he obviously did something wrong to Del Rio.
Yeah. Although what happened last week was during RVD's match, Ricardo put a bucket in the corner. But Del Rio told him to put the bucket in the corner. He did it anyways, and it backfired, and he hit his hand in the bucket, and RVD rolled him up for the pin. And that's why he was pissed at him, and that's why he attacked him.
Okay, yeah, but all I'm hearing is you're pissed because of something you did.
Yeah, and what's actually kind of messed up is that was Ricardo's first night back after being gone for a month.
Mm-hmm.
So that's even more messed up. I don't know what's going on right there. After this segment, we had Christian's vignettes to hype up his match against Del Rio. Christian has not gotten the World Championship since 2011. When he won that match, he lost his championship in 2 days. He's been fighting for that one more match, just for the World Championship. And actually, what I didn't tell you was, he did have another championship run, but that didn't go so well because throughout that championship run, he got his ass handed to him by Randy Orton. He hasn't really had a legit championship run. So he wants that one more match to get that one more shot at the World Championship. And that's his story. He finally got it. This is his opportunity, and he's going to make the most out of it. Yeah.
If you didn't remind me, I would have forgot that there was a match, honestly.
Okay.
Because me, I'm like, eh.
You can skip it pretty much.
Yeah. Because I did, because I was like, what? That happened?
That happened.
Okay.
Alright, next up is the Real Americans. We the people!
Oh, God.
The Confederates. No, I'm joking. Taking on the Usos, the Samoan people, and the Samoan people. And the match was good. The Usos beat them, and I don't know if that's going to lead into a tag team championship match at SummerSlam, but I hope it does, because the Usos are an awesome tag team, man. I mean, what are your thoughts on the match from what you saw?
Well, I will admit that both teams are fun to look at.
Yeah, they are.
Because, I mean, we the people. Really? Let's have an earthquake ship California all the way out away so that America could be for the people.
That was messed up. But he's awesome though. I like Zeb Culture. That's his name, Zeb Culture. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What about the match itself? You cool with the match?
Well, I will admit that they actually did some good
tag team moves.
They did some good tag team moves, especially the finisher.
The ending was awesome.
The ending was like, see, that's how it's supposed to be.
Then we had Fandango versus R-Truth. Yes, guys, we skipped Daniel Bryan and John Cena. That's at the end, okay? That's gonna be at the end. All right, wait for that one. That one's coming up because that one was a great segment. That's deserving of the ending. But did you care about this dance off?
No.
Neither did I. It was just a waste of time.
Well, no, it's just honestly, first they were dancing, and you know, I get it because it's like, oh, that's supposed to, But then I was like, well, I don't want to take this seriously. So who won again? Oh wait,
it wasn't a match. Yeah. And I don't care exactly. Yeah. And then we had the 20-man battle royal for United States Championship. The last two people were Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam. That's what he does. Versus Mark Henry, because that's what he do. And then Rob Van Dam beat him. He beat that big man. And you're just like, how is that possible?
No, because, I mean, I get it. He's that big, so you have to come up with some other reason for him to lose. He tripped out the ring.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go with that.
You'll go with that. So it's alright. I mean, I'm looking forward to the pre-show match. I'm just thinking, Rob Van Dam versus Dean Ambrose for the United States Championship. I showed you Dean Ambrose. I showed you how he was when he was in the Indies as Jon Moxley, and he had that little Joker-like promo and Joker-like personality. I can't wait until he gets into his character, bro. He's gonna be awesome. But any thoughts on this before we get to CM Punk and Paul Heyman?
Nope.
No?
No, I'm good.
Alright, so the ending segment was Paul Heyman and CM Punk.
There was no segment. There was no. They hyped it up as if they were gonna fight. And me, I'm like, I'd like to see that actually.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the wrestler fight the guy that
isn't a wrestler.
That isn't. But no, it was the, oh, I'm going to get someone else to fight for me. And since there's only 10 minutes left on the clock, that means we're going to do a lot of talking and we're going to do a lot of sassing. And then CM Punk's going to show up and surprise attack Lesnar, right?
Yeah, it's Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar. And then, ooh, he beats him up just like CM Punk got beat up by Brock Lesnar last week. And then, oh, it ends with, I am the best.
Well, I mean, guys, this segment wasn't bad, but for where it was, it just wasn't needed. You know what I'm saying? I was fine with the CM Punk and Paul Heyman. Look, we knew it was going to be a trap. We already knew that. I was fine with Brock Lesnar coming in during the match and kicking CM Punk's ass again. Or CM Punk kicking Brock Lesnar's ass and then beating up Paul Heyman. What we got was what we've been getting all this time. It's just he's coming out, hyping up the match. And you know the story between Paul Heyman and CM Punk. Paul Heyman used to be or CM Punk used to be Paul Heyman's client. And because of him, he was able to go on that 434 championship day run as WWE champion. And now he's pissed off because CM Punk is not worshiping him anymore. And he's more dedicated to the WWE universe now, you know.
Yeah.
And that's adding more to the match between him and Brock Lesnar. And that was what that was all about. Because the whole story is, like I said, Brock Lesnar has been kicking his ass for like the last 2 months. He finally got something over him. You know what I'm saying?
So, you know.
Really?
Whoa. I mean, it's like, that's all well and good. Don't tell me you're going to fight and then give me something in the middle of the show talking about, I think I'm having some second thoughts. And then didn't even do it. So it's like, I mean, I get it. People can have second thoughts.
But you came to watch a fight. You watched Raw to watch a wrestling show, to watch some wrestling. And to you, too much of this, not enough of this. Makes sense to me. But when CM Punk came out from behind the camera and attacked Brock Lesnar, that was cool. I didn't see that coming. That was pretty awesome. And he finally got something over Brock Lesnar, so that was cool. But let's get to what everybody is watching this video to hear about. On Miz TV, Daniel Bryan and John Cena confronted for the very last time before that match at SummerSlam.
You know what? I'm going to get to it later, but The Miz is just an instigator. That's all he is.
That's who he is. And you know what? Stuff like that just makes me go, okay, is Miz a good guy or a bad guy? Because once in a while, he's a good guy and then he's a bad guy. This week, I couldn't tell. So, I don't know if that's his character or something like that. I don't know what they're doing with The Miz now. I just don't care. But Daniel Bryan told him to shut up or I'm going to punch you in the face. That makes you smile, huh?
Oh, I love that because honestly, it's just, I would love that if he followed through with it.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much stupid things where it's like, The Miz is saying all this stuff is like, because he thinks you're this and he thinks you're that. And then he was like, I'm going to punch you in the face if you speak any more words. But then he talks to John Cena and says the exact same thing that The Miz said.
Yeah.
So it's like,
why couldn't you just let, Daniel Bryan say that, Miz? You didn't have to be here in this picture, you know?
Yeah.
But Daniel Bryan pretty much said to John Cena, just paraphrase what he said, that John Cena loves hogging the spotlight, and that the Beard is Here shirt is a parody of his The Champ is Here shirt. And he's pretty much doing that to say John Cena is a parody of wrestling. Knockout punch number 1. That was awesome. And then John Cena goes on to ramble about, I am who I am. I do this for the people. I do this for the little kid in the front row because I make wishes for him. I love this business. I am here for this business. I'm very passionate about this business. And just dancing around Daniel Bryan's statement. I'm like, dude, he just called you a parody of wrestling. Retort!
Well, technically he did retort.
What did he say?
He retorted by saying how influential he is to
the WWE. Whatever, dude.
And I mean, technically that counts. Hey.
Does it?
Well,
does it really, though?
No, I mean, think about it. Think about this.
Okay.
He's talking about how much of a non-wrestler he is. He keeps talking about how he's not worth his salt. So John Cena said, not only do I care about this, but I have proof in the stands because that kid had cancer and he believes in me so much that he's fighting it and all that. And I will admit, that was low. Stop bringing the sick kid into your thing. Just make that point.
Focus on what's in the ring. I'm just saying, I just hate that he danced around Daniel Bryan's insult. He just called you a parody of wrestling, okay? And he's talking about, well, this is what I do, this is what I do. He even talked about his shirt representing the American flag. Come on, dude. I understand the whole idea that it symbolizes something. I get that. But, John Cena, it's a white shirt that says the champ is here. It really...
It is no way on the same level as the American flag.
I get the whole idea of what you're trying to say, and that makes sense that, listen, I'm a parody of wrestling? Well, look at my influence, Daniel Bryan. I get that. But his delivery and how he went about it, it was terrible. It was a terrible retort. I'm sorry.
Hey, like I said, I like John Cena.
No, it's cool. And that's why I want this debate, and that's why I saved it for last.
Because it's like, I like John Cena.
Why do you like John Cena, by the way?
Okay, look. I might not watch wrestling a lot.
Okay.
But I know John Cena. I remember him 10 years ago when he first started out, and he was the underdog wrestler. And the fact that he's still relevant means something.
You think that's cool?
Well, I'm just saying he's still there.
Okay.
I mean, there are other wrestlers that, for example, and this is not criticizing them.
Okay.
They do the wrestling thing, they get popular, and then when they get popular enough, they get in TV shows, movies, etc.
The Rock.
And I have so much respect for The Rock.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
But, on the one hand, it just shows how much respect he has for the genre, for the business, because he's still there. On the other hand, it also sounds like he hasn't been able to break out into movies.
Yeah.
But I digress.
So you're saying like this is all you can do. That's why you can't go do anything else.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that there's a big difference between you love this business so much that you rejected that movie offer, versus you weren't able to, so you're here. Respect him. Let's not confuse that.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it's like, he evolved from the underdog to being the guy that everyone loves to hate.
Yep.
Granted, however, I might not be okay with the fact that a lot of people hate him, but I get it.
Why are you not okay with that, though?
Well, because it's like, I can't understand why people just don't like him.
Well, his character sucks.
How does his character suck? Why does it suck?
Because he's a pandering douchebag. That's
How
why.
is he pandering?
Because he's out here talking about how, oh, look, I love the fans, I love the kids, I love this. But, dude, first off, the promo he had that you just heard him cut, he's been cutting that exact same promo since 2007. Okay?
So you're saying he's
repetitive, yes. And he's also boring. His character's the same boring, never give up, never surrender character that we've had since 2007. So he's stale, he's repetitive. At this point in time, it's like, okay, seriously, you can't give up. Somebody make him give up. It gets to a point where it's just like, shut up, okay? We get it. And so, maybe to you understood the promo because this is the first time you've actually heard him cut a promo like that. But when you hear that promo 10,000 freaking times, it gets to a point where it's just like, shut up, we get it, okay? Oh my God. So to me, for him to cut that exact same promo against Daniel Bryan, it's just like, you're a broken record, are you, John Cena? Does this make sense?
No, I get it, but for me, it's like, I get how you would be upset about it because you watch it on a regular basis. Me, it's like,
as a casual viewer,
it's like, oh, he's still the same old John Cena I remember 10 years ago. That's cool. And not only that, but it's like, if what he's saying is true, I can't fault him for it. But I will admit that it can get annoying when it's like, oh, you again.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's like, I'm not saying that, he shouldn't evolve. I'm just saying, I'm not sure if he can. Not the actor. I'm talking, well,
the character.
Not the wrestler.
The character, yeah.
I'm just saying that I'm not sure the character can evolve because the WWE can't afford him to. Because he's so popular as he is.
Are you sure about that? I think it's not the fact that he can't do it. It's probably that they're afraid to do it because of the repercussions of it happening.
Same thing. Same diff.
Okay.
Because, I mean, in all honesty, it's like, well, a lot of kids like him.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't make him into a bad guy.
Oh, they could, but at the same time, the kids can always fall in love with it. Daniel Bryan, hello! In the wrestling business, anybody can be replaced. Anybody can be replaced.
No, I'm not saying that anybody can't be replaced on the show.
Right.
But on the other hand, no one can replace The Rock. No one can replace Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No.
No one can replace Triple H.
No.
From, like, even somebody like me who doesn't watch it enough knows them people.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of wrestlers that had their names. They sucked at whatever. And then they changed it, and now all of a sudden they're the breakout star. And I was like, no, they've been here for 5 years.
Right.
And no one noticed until they changed their persona or whatever.
Okay, so I'm going to turn the tables on you now.
Okay.
Why should we like John Cena?
All right. That's a very good question.
Yeah.
Honestly, on the one hand, it's like I think you should like John Cena because everything about him is truthful. Because, one, yes, you are right that he is repetitive about saying that he's the greatest this, the greatest that. But not only is that true, but he's proved it.
Okay.
Because he has the belt. So, I mean, and sometimes you got the belt. That means you got the right
to brag.
To brag about that.
Okay.
And then I get it on the other hand where it's like, yes, he has won the belt 11 times.
That means
which means he's lost.
Yeah.
10 times. I get that. But on the other hand, it's not like he lost that belt and gained it back from the same guy. He lost it and gained it back from
a different person.
Maybe it was doubled them other times.
And it was.
But I mean, when you think about it, he might have beaten almost every wrestler on the card to get that belt over and over and over again. So, I mean, in a way, he kind of is the best. I think John Cena should be liked because not only what he says is true, not only is he promoting the right thing in the wrestling, but he has something to prove that he deserves to be there.
The segment ends in an awesome way, by the way, because at the end of the segment, we have Daniel Bryan talking about real wrestlers in Japan, and in Japan, what they would do between the wrestlers, they would slap each other before every match just to get each other hyped up. Daniel Bryan told John Cena, "I'm not gonna slap you because you're not a real wrestler." Mm-hmm. Damn, son. Even when John Cena slapped him, Daniel Bryan said, "Nope, not gonna slap you because you're not a real wrestler." Mm-hmm. That's deep. That's a big ass burn too.
Yeah.
That was pretty harsh. And then Triple H came out, and then Randy Orton, who's Mr. Money in the Bank, came out to remind him, "Hey bitches, remember this guy?
You at
anytime, anywhere I want." Mm-hmm. Remember, pretty much. So, to close off this review, pretty much how I see it is, dude, everybody and their mamas, except for a couple of kids, no offense, and probably some other adults, wants Daniel Bryan to beat John Cena at SummerSlam. And I'm almost to the point now where if it doesn't happen, that's not going to sit well with them.
Hey, like I said, it's fine the way it is because it's good either way. Because remember, Daniel Bryan was the 8-second guy.
18 seconds.
18-second guy.
10 more seconds to that.
Yeah, it's like he was the 18-second guy before. Yeah. Now the fact that he's even challenging Cena is putting his name out there. And then, let's say he wins. That means he was one of the winners of the belt.
Right.
And then again, that's why they make John Cena this big deal. Because that's why he keeps getting the belt all the time. Because he's the guy you gotta beat.
Right.
It doesn't matter that everybody hates him or loves him or whatever.
What you're saying is that helps it. That actually emphasizes it more because if you hate him that much, when this guy beats him, you're gonna love him that much. So you actually have a point for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That actually makes a lot of sense. And thinking about it this way, you know, John Cena is Mr. Never Give Up, Never Surrender. And Daniel Bryan is a submission specialist. Imagine Daniel Bryan. John Cena, by the way, well, I won't say he has never tapped out, but he's only tapped out once in his career. And that guy, I'll have to tell you about later. But imagine Mr. Never Giving Up submitting to Daniel Bryan, who is Mr. 18 Seconds. But that, for a title win, for Daniel Bryan, will submit him big time. How many people can say, I made John Cena tap out at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship?
And that's why everybody's blown up Twitter.
Exactly.
Excited.
They want to see this match, man. I want to see this match. Do you want to see this match?
Yes, I do.
Are you excited for this match?
Yes.
I'm ready for it, dude. But this was a really good Raw. And for the casual viewer to say it, you know it was a good Raw. So with that said, any final thoughts before we go?
Nah, I'm just going to go home.
You just going to go home?
Yeah.
Share your thoughts down below. Make a viewer response to what you do. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see the casual viewer again back for SummerSlam. Am I right? Awesome. Thanks for watching, guys. Your boy, Del Rio, signing off.